Right now on Eyewitness News at 11. Here's what's happening. Calls for a federal investigation. Body camera video shows deputies searching the bags of Delaware State University's lacrosse team. A mother makes a plea to the public as her son is being ambushed and killed while he was pumping gas. What she's asking for tonight. And Democrats are definitely outraged. The GOP blocks a bill that would definitely preserve access to the abortion laws and whatnot. Good Wednesday evening, everyone. Today is May 11th. I'm William Perry White Jr. My Aunt Jessica has the night off, and Uncle Yuki has left me in charge. We begin this news story from my sister, Jasmine Payute, joining us live at the scene of the crime. What's up, Jasmine?
Traffic stop into a criminal investigation, and tonight Delaware officials are asking the feds to investigate. It's a simple question that's now sparked national outrage as the case of how things escalated during the traffic stop now has the attention of the U.S. Department of Justice. What's your name? Schoolgirls on the surprisingly. It was just all over the place. I was shaking like crazy because I was just nervous as it is. Rena Gentle was on this bus April 20th when her lacrosse team was pulled over by Liberty County deputies along I-95 in Georgia. The Delaware State University team was on their way back home after playing their final game of the season. They watched as a traffic stop turned into a drug search. If there is anything in y'all's luggage, we're probably going to find it. Okay? If it was a bus or a team like Notre Dame, that this situation would not have occurred, and I very much agree to that. I think that appearance could have played a pretty much big role into this situation. Liberty County Sheriff William Bowman defended the stop, saying he does not believe any racial profiling took place. He also said no personal items were searched. Acclaimed DSU President Tony Allen says body camera footage clearly debunks. We're going to open it. Okay. We're going to find out exactly what it is. Okay. But however, this is the type of stuff that we look for. I would very much love change because I think that's any situation that occurs like this, that's all we ask for is change. Delaware Attorney General Kathleen Jennings agrees. Wednesday, she sent a letter calling the incident deeply troubling as she urged the Georgia Attorney General and U.S. Department of Justice for a full investigation. If there is something in there that is questionable, please tell me now. Because if we find it, guess what? We're not going to be able to go. In a statement, DSU President says Sheriff Bowman would like to meet the players as this investigation continues.
Wow, that news story has definitely got me baffled by a millisecond. Thank you for that live report, Jasmine. A man was shot by Philadelphia police this morning after allegedly attacking two officers inside their police station. This happened on the 39th Police District in the city's Nicetown building on West Hunting Park. The man started fighting with two officers, and then a third officer shot the man. The accused attacker underwent surgery at Temple Hospital. We're being told that the officers weren't critically injured. And the cause of the investigation is still ongoing to this very day, y'all. This is downright troubling for some people. So please pray for the officers and keep them in your thoughts and prayers. To the latest now on the gun violence on this Wednesday evening, a grieving mother whose son was gunned down in the East Mount Airy neighborhood is now urging people to help police identify the son's killers. Surveillance video shows a red car being parked on Liberty gas station Monday afternoon. Two men started to open fire. Then 30-year-old Brandon Dixon was pumping gas. He left behind a 5-year-old daughter who he loves to this very day. If you happen to know who the two suspects are, please call Philadelphia police and let them know what happened. We're being told the security video captured the license plate of the gunman's car. In Burlington County tonight, police were seen dusting the door of a Maple Shade hotel where a woman was found murdered. Police were called to the Bel Air Motor Lodge on Route 73 just before 11:30 this morning. An autopsy will be determined how she was killed. Her identity has not been released, and nobody has been injured. Turning to the forecast right now on this Wednesday, we're keeping this warm end of the trend going. We won't see much sunshine, that's what that is. It was a nice evening to dine outdoors and take a little walk. Here's Chief Meteorologist Kate Barlow, my auntie, for your first check on the weather. Auntie Kate, I like your dress.
Alas, tomorrow by mid-morning the clouds roll back in, and each day as we head into the weekend brings an increased chance for some wet weather. Right now, though, it's mild, still 62 in Philadelphia currently, 63 in Wilmington. It's in the 50s down the shore and in Delaware, and we still have that onshore breeze. About 10 to 15 mile per hour winds from the northeast down the shore, keeping it chilly on the beach and even just in the shore towns. Further inland, we still have that east wind in Philadelphia, but it's light, about 8 miles per hour right now. Storm Scan 3, not showing much of anything at all right now. We still have this area of low pressure sitting out over the Atlantic. It's starting to become more disorganized, but as we head toward the weekend, we'll start to see more of this being pulled up the coast with scattered shower chances, especially Friday and Saturday. So for the next 24 hours, the clouds do build back in tomorrow. Some sun in the morning, some sun in the evening, but the bulk of the afternoon is cloudy. Temperatures are seasonable, though. We're in the low to mid 70s tomorrow. And as we head into tomorrow afternoon, there will be the chance for a spotty shower at the shore. But
Wow, a spotty shower at the shore? Holy smokes, I can't believe what I just said. All right, thank you, Auntie Kate. Today's Senate Democrats put members on the record with a vote on abortion rights. The move comes after the Supreme Court could be on the verge of everything turning into Roe v. Wade. Let's get the latest from my Uncle Siafa Lewis with that news story. Uncle Siafa, good evening to you.
Up for the vote, but it allows Democrats to use the result to campaign on the issue of women's rights leading up to the midterm elections.
The motion is not agreed to.
That was the announcement confirming that the Senate had voted 51 to 49 not to debate the Women's Health Protection Act. Democrats needed 60 votes.
The vote we just took makes crystal clear the contrast between the parties as we approach the midterm elections.
Sadly, the Senate failed to stand in defense of a woman's right to make decisions about her own body.
Final passage of the bill would have rendered any Supreme Court rulings on the matter a moot point. Furthermore, it would have ensured that healthcare providers have the right to perform an abortion and women the right to seek one. Additionally, it would have set the limit to terminate a pregnancy at 24 weeks, nullifying any state laws whose limits are lower. Every single Republican in the Senate and self-described pro-life Democrat Joe Manchin of West Virginia voted against it.
It is not Roe v. Wade codification. It's an expansion.
Democrats' radical bill is extreme as extreme gets. It ignores modern science. It is tone deaf to public opinion. Nothing about their bill merely codifies the current case law on this issue. President Biden issued a statement following the vote which reads in part, "We will continue to defend women's constitutional rights to make private reproductive choices as recognized in Roe v. Wade nearly half a century ago." Now, as you likely heard before, in the event the Supreme Court does overturn Roe v. Wade this summer, the question of choice, women's rights, or abortion would rest in the hands of state legislatures across the country.
Wow, what a shocking news story right there. Thank you, Uncle Siafa. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy proposed new abortion rights earlier today for legislation. Governor Murphy vowed that he will not participate in any investigations. His proposal will include insurance plans with no out-of-pocket costs and whatnot. Just stay with Eyewitness News for the continuing coverage on Roe v. Wade. Just go to cbsphilly.com or check the streaming service app for details. And as we continue tonight on this Wednesday, nurses and others are fighting to save their jobs among deep service cuts. CBS 3 was there in Drexel Hill this morning as they demand the hospital bringing back its labor and delivery department as well as drug and alcohols. The nurses union says it will be closed later this month, despite the fact that it will no longer be held in the Keystone State of Pennsylvania anymore. I have no future endeavors for the hospital in Drexel Hill, but to be honest though, it is what it is. And I'm not ashamed of that. No doubt about it. Delaware-based Christiana Care is in the process of purchasing the Crozer Health System as both companies declined on today's protests. It is the unofficial start of summer, less than 2 weeks away, that is, as people get ready. The shortcast is looking up. Business owners say they are more optimistic about the season ahead that's following a challenge coming for years. My favorite news reporter, Carrie Corrado, has that news story just for you when we get back. And a relief may be in sight as more formula could be on store shelves in the next weeks or so. That story is coming up next as well. And K9 sworn in as important work will be doing to help protect the community. Here's what's going on with CBS News Philly tomorrow. There's going to be a PA primary election information. Watch it live on CBS News Philly at 10 a.m. Here's where you can find CBS News Philly through the Pluto TV app and CBS News app. A nice night to be out on this gorgeous Wednesday evening, despite the fact that you might be dining out late night or through the morning rush. Don't you go nowhere. We're coming